case you haven't noticed, I've been maybe getting a little bit too serious in some of my videos, and for good reason. I wanted to make sure that word got around as to where I stand in the issues of the transgender community, as well as solidifying my place in the trans community as well. I very much realize that I may be looked upon downward by some individuals within my community, even individuals who exist outside of it. However, I am the person who earns her respect and admiration within the community. I am not the type of person who is entitled to it. Therefore, in these series of videos, I'll be commemorating the transgender men and women from all over the globe, from all countries, all continents, races, religions, so forth. All of these individuals have worked hard to gain the recognition that they deserve. These individuals range from gamers such as myself, to politicians, to fashion gurus, and other areas possibly not even seen by most people. Therefore, in this very first video in the series, we go to the Middle East, where the most humbling individuals reside. And the first individual that I want to honor is none other than Bangladesh's own transgender news anchor, Tashnuva Anan Shishir, from Dhaka. You guys from Boishaki television, pretty ballsy to do that. Much respect. On Monday, March 8th of the year of 2021, which is the recording of this video, the year of the recording of this was International Women's Day. Shishir, at 29 years old, courageously delivered a 3-minute news bulletin on national television. While she is not the first individual in the Middle East concerning her own kind, she is actually the first in her country, as in 2013, the Bangladesh government finally recognized transgender people as a third gender. And in 2018, were allowed to vote as third gender. Shishir was born in Kamal Hossain with 4 sisters and 2 brothers. Her mother worked at the home, and her father sold prawns and other saltwater fish. The family was a fairly conservative one. So much so that pretty much the father exiled her from the family. at a tender age of 15. She then lived with her uncle in Narayangaj, but like her father, was told to present as the person she was born, for fear of harassment from the neighbors, I presume. Over the years, she was bullied, harassed, and at a disgustingly young age of 10 years old, a member of her family had touched her inappropriately. Soon she was accepted into a college and pursued theater and tried to gain the roles of female leads, but she was rejected because she was born a male. She eventually moved to Dhaka, where some of her best friends tried to support her for a time. And during that time, she found temporary work. Unfortunately, that income was not sufficient enough for her to live on. As a result, she had lived in the slums for 6 months. In 2015, she declared herself a transgender woman and changed her name, which translated means lucky cloud. She sure is damn lucky. After that point, she began her transition. Of course, there is always that one doctor who is of questionable character and prescribed her medications because it was defined as an illness. This medication turned her skin coarse, made her eyes dark underneath. And during this time, as she was being rejected from jobs and promotions, the medication almost ended her life 4 times. Though she endured the pits of despair, the light finally broke off one day, not too long ago. And now, not only is she a news anchor, albeit temporary one, she was also offered 2 movie roles. Congratulations, Shishir. You are the one of the few who have broken down the barriers for your community. And though I may not understand your language, I am fortunate enough to know people who do, and I would be honored to one day watch you in these roles when these movies do in fact release. Though the numbers are not confirmed, between 500,000 and 1.5 million transgender people do in fact reside in Bangladesh, although they are also referred to as hijras. Sadly, Very few have accomplished what Shishir has, and most of them work as beggars or sell their bodies for pleasure. I hope you found this video informative and inspiring, that even though we are despised, do not let that define that as who you are. Have confidence and faith that you too will persevere, just as Shishir has, and you will earn your rightful place in society. Requiescat in pace, my love.